We're hunting two escaped humans and a defector, enemies of the state.
Sir, I doubt if
If there are any doubts, I will have them after we have a look.
Yes, sir.
Lead the way.
Hello and welcome to another By the Gods of Science Fiction review. I've just seen Planet of the Apes, The Kingdom, and I have to say I was highly impressed with this film. I can't give any spoilers because people are wanting to know why she's different to the other humans running around in loincloths. And it's interesting, things in this film are not what you think, and that's all I can really say. It starts off I think it's about 300 years in the future. It never really says, it's a few hundred years. It could be more, but it's in the future. And cities, they're overgrown. And the apes, they don't have a sense of history. They live in clans. And we have some gorillas who's conquering territory, and you assume you've seen the vault. The vault's the big key to this whole film. And there's some really amazing moments in this film. Some nice tributes to the original, like the humans being hunted. But we find out that there's other humans that are advanced. There's apes, their culture, it's really weird. It's like they're all sort of separated, and it starts off with a son of a chief, Noah. It's not mentioned. Caesar's mentioned quite a lot in this, but we come into this amazing orangutan called Raka, and oh God, I don't want to give you any spoilers. I really don't. But you end up with the human girl, May, and they call her Nova. There's these little hints to the first film. There's a great scene where they're going into it's like the whole world. There's a big part of the world that's like the Forbidden Zone. There's no sense of history at all. And the humans are called echoes. Do you know what I mean? Because of the virus. And the apes, they have this they meet this intellectual orangutan that's trying to gather knowledge as part of a sort of a cult, trying to preserve things. And we come into the human girl, and she's, everything is not what it is. But it's starting, and I can see now that with the ending that we're going to get the Empire of the Apes. The underdwellers are established. We see why. They're going down that path, and we're going to get into some sort of batshit crazy couple of sequels. Apparently there's going to be 2 more movies. I reckon there'll probably be 6 movies to this. It would make sense. Now, in the very first movie, we had the Liberty one, didn't we? It disappeared in deep space. That is, trust me, they're saving that for the later trilogy. This is about the apes advancing and rediscovering stuff, and about them rebuilding the world. Of course, there's obstacles. Proximus, the gorilla, he's got big visions, and again, I can't tell you too much. I could do a spoiler review, but I'm not gonna. But I saw this and I was totally entranced by it. It was finally nice to see. The last one we got a few years ago, it was all right. I thought it was a bit of a dud, but this definitely is I think the free from. It's like the tapestry's open now to go in a certain direction, and I think if they're going to go down this path, I know where they're going. And I hope they do go down the path of where I'm going. But certain things have been established for the next 2 movies, and I found that rather intriguing. But seeing mankind's civilization ultimately decimated through our own hubris, you know, and the apes have got no. Some of them do, not many of, and if they do have a sense of history, it's very upside down. Now they sort of live in the cities or live in abandoned structures, and they build clans, and there's different ones. Noah, the character of Noah, the young chimpanzee who comes into his own. His tribe, they've mastered a thing with eagles, they're called the Eagle Clan. And when they come into Nova or May, she's called May. When she starts talking, they're like shocked, you know. And there's obviously others. Again, I can't say too much because like you start getting answers halfway into the film, which is interesting. The gorillas, I mean, trust me, the brutality of the gorillas in this is you're just not gonna. Without technology, you're not gonna stand a chance. The orangutans, like they have this amazing orangutan in it, and I hope. Well, again, I can't say anything, but the story moves along very well. It's action. It's very complex in parts as well. There's enough in here to keep you hooked on this film. I absolutely love this movie today. I would go see it again, definitely, because I've still got it floating around in my head. I'm such a fan of this franchise, especially the originals, because they're just insane, you know. But this, I think they're gonna go their own way, and if they can keep this up with the next one, and then the big third one that's going to be the final part of this new trilogy, and then I think we're going to get the astronaut, because I think that ape culture is going to develop by the third movie. There's going to be they're going to be quite in a world similar to us. Do you remember the Tim Burton film? I think they're going for that sort of civilization. You remember the twist at the end? This is the beginning of it. Of course, there's humans and other things. But at the moment, it's interesting because about Caesar, he led his people off to that valley and they survived. And then it's like history's just cut off from that point. There's like bits of it's these orangutans that have been trying to protect their own ape history. They call Caesar the lawgiver, and he has been manipulated by these gorillas. But when they start hunting the humans, it's just even the music from like bits of the music from the original kicks in. There's a scene where they go into a valley and there's a load of like you remember them crosses, like crucifix things. There's some of them, and like it's like a big part of the world is the Forbidden Zone. So obviously there's going to be unifying of ape civilization. But the twists and turns in this film is very good, and I was quite surprised at what I was seeing, and especially with May, the human girl. It's a lot bigger than what you realise, and yeah, they've established that the Underdweller Society. I think they have, but that's going to be, I reckon, 2 movies down the line. But would I have this in the collection? Definitely, I'm going to give this 8 out of 10. Absolutely love this film. I saw it at the Odeon. Bloody hell, it cost $13.99 at the Odeon to see it. I've never been to this. So the cinema was spectacular. You had a fold-out table on your chair. And so, I mean, they did charge, but I don't mind, it's a one-off. To see this, it was worth every penny. I had a fantastic time. It's 2.5 hours. I think the CGI, I never really thought about it. I think they've done a good job. I thought the cinematography, the whole film was enjoyable. I didn't find any fault with it. The only thing is I can't give you any spoilers, and I really would like to do that, but you know, I want you to experience what I experienced. Now, I don't know if I left when the credits started coming up, so I don't know if there was anything at the end. If there is, could you let me know in the comments, because I left. But when I left the cinema, my mind was going over. It's still assimilating it now. But the gorillas, I mean, how they throw the humans about, yeah, we need technology, you know. And it is about who's going to become the dominant species. And the arguments on all sides are justified. They are justified. You know, I think I've got an idea where this is all going, but I reckon we're going to get 6 movies. I think there's going to be 3 of Empire building and then the astronaut coming back. And I think that'll be set 1,000 years in the future. But it's like we got the beginning saga of fall of humanity. Now we're into the rise of the apes, and then we'll get the batshit insane world in the future with the astronaut. And that, I hope we get the lawgiver. I really do, because I've got a feeling, especially with the orangutan, the lawgiver could be coming. But it is about both races. It's not just about the apes. It's fascinating, you know. And it's like, where do they get the cattle prod weapons from? Wait till you find out. But there's a lot more, and the vault's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is my review of Kingdom of the Apes. I don't do a lot of these reviews, but I had to do this time, and go see it. You're gonna love it. And that, I mean, some people might not like it. The purists might not like it, but honestly, I think there's so much potential with this film. It's just brilliant. So I'm gonna go. Please subscribe to the channel. Please give this video a like, and I will see you on the next video. And please tune into the podcast, and live long and prosper. See you on the next video.